haven't been here in a while. I made some changes, such as name, title, Avril and Pets for Babies Bellis's Fairies Gardens at Avril Bellis is the Forest Witch. Anybody can leave one and more likes, use the like buttons, thumbs up, and subscribe. And have you not already subscribed? Subscribe. Although there are some rules and regulations, community guidelines, boundaries, such as, are you one of the local residents in my neighborhood? You do not off and on and off here, there, my social media, any, including this one, all, including this one. You don't come to my doors and windows at any times, all times. You have to go downstairs in the lobby and use the lobby directory. Maybe I will answer my phone. And most likely all of you, I will not give access entry into and open my front door to. Especially nighttime, anywhere from 6 p.m. to and during 6 p.m. to and during 11 p.m. to and during 6 a.m. Actually, any times, all times. I get along with most everyone. Seriously, I really do. There's all witnesses. It's all been witnessed. I've always done that. Although there are some other residents prejudged, myself and one and more others, and they wanted to show it and told, show and tell. They didn't prejudged. Now, they did all that, all bad, all purposefully, all wrong, all not legal, all not lawful, all not sane, all not competent, all not employable themselves. Their employers, not employable with, and all elsewhere did. I remember the man next door. I saw him and a woman, two on my front door. They didn't have to be here, especially at nights. Nobody, not even the police. Seriously, because they have to use the lobby directory, use the entry code, and have documented proof to a search warrant, one and more search warrants, evidence, and they never have had evidence. And they can't even, when we're not home, take a piece of evidence from anywhere because they don't have the evidence that they needed any. It was just all false allegations and false accusations from themselves and other people, stalkers. Today, too, earlier, I'm like, they can yell and scream all they want out there. It was too early that I could report them. They weren't loud enough. Although, I mean, there's a parcel, there's a delivery outside. I'm not bringing it in until tomorrow, and it should remain safe out there because there's security. There's on security cameras on all images, all live, all real time, and all recorded. Oh, hello. You will donate 500 cash to where? Oh, retracted. You will donate $500. Oh, thank you. I should have got my camera and screenshotted that. See if that would ever really happen, because I doubt it. Because if you think I'm giving you $500, you're mistaken. Abdel Sedgwick. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name now. Anyways, That's my spew for the night, actually. This happened before where I lived. It's happened mostly in apartments. I don't like being in an apartment. Well, my mom didn't like it too. She didn't. Well, my mom had difficulties before elsewhere, homes, and where we resided, homes. And yeah, some people just didn't like. I remember one neighbor on Blue Beach Boulevard too. There was a loud one downstairs and one that was. She put a hex on my front door, and I was like, I mean, that's not allowed. And then across the street, the woman next door, allegedly very religious. On the other side, not any apparently. She was like, she wasn't even likable. She was very vile and lied. She tried blamed us for anything and everything. It wasn't us. Anyways, could go on my other channel, Afrobellis the Bella Switch. No, it's called now Foodie Beauty _ Kathleen Queen at Afrobellis the Forest Witch. You can see lots of videos there. And I don't know who, because the police went, showed and told me, and my mom, who told them, those other people, November 12th, accused me of killed my mom. I never did that. The other woman, the other person living here, she's alive. Since, during, earlier, we had alibis. Somebody else died outside. It wasn't her. It wasn't me. Was it one of the local residents and her staff? Well, the employer should have fired that employee because there's evidence everywhere that I'm not guilty. And I should not ever been accused. Yeah, and all that happened earlier elsewhere. Here, I'd love to stay here longer without any more disruptions from other residents, whether they owned there and or are renters, tenants. I'd really, really like them to mind their own business and keep away from my front door and stuff, and my mom and I, because I remember, and of course, the accusers, the allegations, they don't want to get judiciary punished of any types, any kinds. Instead, they'd rather lie that, oh, she made it all up, she forgot. It's all not true. We didn't do it. And if we did do it, this is why. Security cameras on, all images on, live and all real time and all recorded. All those other people outside front doors, everywhere. And elsewhere in the building too. Complex, everywhere. It's not our fault. We didn't make that happen. It's just life, living in this kind of neighborhood. And it's most everywhere. They don't like it. And I hope someday somebody reports it to them and shows and tells them, we saw you, this is what you did. And here is the reprimand from the condominium corporation. Here is a fine. The fines, are there any? I'd like to know who reported my maid. I haven't left a bag of garbage in the garbage room because not all the garbage chutes have been working around here, functioning properly, and might have been jammed. And she couldn't put it down there. Well, she wasn't bringing it back here. And anybody else, other residents showed and told that she was their staff. She wasn't their employee. She was my employee, my staff. And the company she's with, she had to pay the fine. Now, they had to pay the fine to me, and then I had to give it to the condominium corporation. Another resident didn't have to pay it because it's not theirs. It wasn't even their garbage. It was me. So that has been taken care of. And I asked the condominium corporation, the staff, to refund anybody else that ever paid because the money isn't. She wasn't working. She's not. She's not their staff. She's not their employee. It has nothing to do with them. Not anything. And that can be investigated and reported by one and or more reality channel and or news outlet, whatever. I'm not a liar. I don't hide any information. I mean, my mom should have been home safe, be home safe with and without me, without another resident coming in when I am and wasn't home. Um, just because we saw and heard them isn't that they were not, are not, and be not, and did not real. They did very real, and it wasn't good. And just because my mom wouldn't necessarily always come forward and show and tell police and paramedics, I tried to. I tried showed and told, including March 18. It was early morning, March 19. Paramedics, the man that I mentioned at my front door, approached the paramedics. I could have died because he harassed those other people. Finally, they got to me and they saved my life. And I continue recuperating and recovering my injuries. Accident that happened. I truly and I sincerely hope and want anybody else witnessed. I mean, there might be 17 other people watched him doing it. Securities cameras, images live, real time, and recorded. All those on securities cameras. Well, then show and tell. You know, I have nothing to hide. He shouldn't have been there, especially at night. Nobody, not even the police, and especially not the paramedic. Nobody, because if there's not an emergency that we phone called about, nobody should be here, except us. You know, myself and my family. Anybody that tried got in nighttime and all other times, nighttime especially, that's trespass. It's attempt to freaking enter. Try skin. So, yeah, that's the way it is, you know?
What?
I'm talking to my audience. I was doing a quick live stream. I didn't know you were coming out of your bedroom. I'll be finished in a little while. Just having my tea.
Put the bath and go to bed.
Oh, okay. Nobody should have a key to get to on in out from my front door. That wasn't us, my family and I. Examples February 23, 2025. Nobody should be coming, not the police, not anybody, not any emergencies personnel, unless we phone called and there was evidence of an emergency once more. Police did not have proper documentation that was legal and lawful and employable, their employers. November 12, 2024, and all other times, be it search warrants and or whatever, even to take evidence warrants, they didn't have any evidence themselves, guilty just as anybody else accused us and alleged we did. Evidence everywhere. We never did. I mean, I'm taking prescription, well, prescribed medicine, prescribed prescription medicines. Yeah, doesn't mean I'm a drug addict. You won't find anything in here. If you're online now, elsewhere, you won't find anything illegal in here. Not lawful, not me and pets, fur babies. Not all animals and not all pets. all fur babies. Not us. Nope. Themselves, yes. Very unfortunately. I mean, and nobody, when I was home, when my cat was home alone, nobody should have came to act on in, out from, and by with and without my cat. He wasn't to leave here. He wasn't even to be photographed and vlogged or anything other than by myself. Seriously. Everybody, this complex is absolutely ridiculous. They rather save them instead of, showing and telling the truth. I don't care what's on documents. They lied. They just have to press play on anything recorded, and they can see for themselves who had been. And every single one of them deserved judiciary punishing, especially after dark and before daylight. And all other times, my mom should have been anywhere here, safe, without any man and or woman coming in and doing anything. It's all out there. The security cameras on images. Live, real time, and recorded. They showed and told my employee, my maid, yet they won't show and tell everything else that I know of, yet it should, can, could, may, must, and need be seen and reprimanded. Rules and regulations, condominium corporation, whole complex, and judiciary, with and without them getting sued, with and or without and or with them getting sued. I was like, it has nothing to do with another resident. It was a typo. Typos happen. That doesn't mean somebody else does anything, It just means it was a typo. It was just an accident. They'll typo. Typed. Other names. Nothing to do with them. Historical and geographical. I know who they are. And they can't use mental health and mental illnesses to hide all that and not get judiciary punished. Jail time. With and or without and or with getting sued. Those other people. I vlogged about before because I was trying to catch them at my front door. Video making, photographing, catch them going to my front door, as they did before. Because they're like, oh, she abuses her mother. We can get her and she'll get blamed for it. That doesn't happen usually. And I'm looking forward to the day that I get justice. 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 And any and all documents and everything else they tried to steal, they give back. They can't keep anything. They can't even have been here. Even when my mom answered my front door, they couldn't come in. I didn't give them permission. I did not give them my permission. And all noises, disturbances they were making, it was awful. They should even get done for animal cruelty. I mean, although all that they did was wrong. And when I found out, I tried to stay home often and get the condominium corporation and the police to seek revenge, justice, judiciary. They can't use this address, my address, as anything. It's not allowed. Especially after dark. Nobody could come. It's like when we lived in a rental on Sherby Road. The landlord couldn't come in anytime, anywhere. We were there. Could not. He had to give notices of entry. He, she, whoever. Notices of entry. And it had to be before a certain time. They couldn't just decide to come in at nighttime and open the door and come in. They couldn't do that. That wasn't allowed. Their tenants' rights and landlord stuff. Tenants. They weren't allowed to do that, those landlord. I never moved back to that apartment. 2100 Sherby Road, apartment 817, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Considering all the mail we got from stalkers, showed and told us that we had to end our hobbies and careers virtually, social media, internet, Wi-Fi's, because they didn't like it. They internet trolled and saw it all, and with and or without pressing play video, they didn't like it because they were guilty. Instead, same around here. They're all guilty instead. It's ridiculous. They don't like us using kitchen. Here, my kitchen, we did it all day today. I didn't care. They were banging the front door next door. Any later, I mean, do they start doing it more tonight? I'll report them to security and or police. So disturbance. We're not making noises, disturbances. I mean, we have discussions that are sometimes loud because my mom couldn't hear. My pussycat died a nervous wreck. He did not like strangers. My pussycat did not like strangers. He believed his boudoir was his space and only my cat's space. That was him, my cat's space. When I opened my bedroom door, he believed he was leaving his apartment and entering the forest. And he was going to his cottage that had a nice little evergreen tree with lights on and some kind of a lantern and stuff. And that was his home, away from home. Oh, and if you're on my social media now, Norman Thompson, my mom, alleged youngest brother, sibling, factual, and you're trying to do what you did before, get lawyers to do the same and or worse than you, which is unlikely because you're the one. I remember all the stuff you did before when I was younger, and you hurt my mom, you harmed my mom with all that mail and stuff and all that stuff online, and you kept coming back for more, like a lot of other stalkers tried to because we're public. I mean, you've even shown up in places you should never have been, like malls and where we were members and I worked. Places that you should never have been, including banking and stuff, where you should never have been. Yet you were. And I know you were. And I showed and told her. And you trying to make it worse so that she doesn't remember, so you can get away with it, and lied that, because I had a sick cat, a gravely ill pussycat, and you're the last person that I ever wanted to be around. And I was my mother, MSP, mandatory support person, rides, special needs rides. Not you, not anybody else, me. You're not even allowed to be in my neighborhood, residential and all the other ones. Yet you deluded yourself. You mentally illed yourself that you should, can, could, may, must, and need be where you were. And you want to come back. My mom said you were coming to Canada this month. You're going to stay in the Roundtree Hilton place more? Hotel or whatever it was. It's going to stay in a hotel or motel in Mississauga. Why? You're not wanted. Just because my mom doesn't always remember, that doesn't change anything. She disowned you a long time ago, and if you ever go through your mail, you'll get a copy of that and or the original letter. Documented. Nobody wanted you because of all you did. All the violences you caused on and off the internet, social media, virtuals, networking, etc. All the elder abuse, and you abused me. You wouldn't tell her when you were actually in Canada. Hiding doesn't mean you're not guilty. Hiding means you are guilty. And you should have been judicially punished long ago, and all those alleged lawyers. Because they have to actually turn you into the police, be it in the UK and or Canada. You phoned her how many times? I know you've been on my social media. You phoned her how many times and she didn't phone you back? Doesn't that tell you something, that you're not wanted? And all the other years that happened? Yet you force yourself on to one and more others. And when she was with you, she got sick. What'd you do? And she had bruises. It wasn't me that did that. It was you. Other people. It wasn't me. It wasn't my cat. It wasn't my mom self-inflicting herself with those injuries, wounds, and illnesses. And you can't even get power of attorney. Any lawyer, any justice of the peace ever finds out who you are and what you did, who, what, where, when, why, and all hows, and all videos, and all photos, and all films, and all recordings, all audios, and all on securities cameras, all on, all images, all live, all real time, and all recorded. All that evidence. Why don't you stay in the UK and mind your own business? Most people with a mentality that's healthier than yours did that and do that. And you can't keep suing other people that are not slander and defamation. You and one and more other Thompson and Bellis. You're not wanted. What are you going to do? Threaten her? Oh, I'm just calling to see if you're all right, Sheena. Is everything okay, Sheena? You don't even call her by her real name. I mean, why do you want to know if she is okay? Is everything all right, Sheena? What are you so paranoid, aggressive, and agitated about? The fact that I don't like you and I've disowned you for more than 20 years, and you keep forcing us to know you at restaurants, malls, places that you should never be. You should be in the UK, heavily sedated, medicated, under the Mental Health Act, a danger to yourself and most definitely to others. And all your phone records, that's evidence too. It wasn't me phoned you. It wasn't my mom phoned you. It's you phoned her. How many times? And I have health records to prove my mom needs help, and you're not it. And you shouldn't be anywhere in this neighborhood whatsoever. And any employee allowed you in anywhere, whether you're a guest, a renter, a tenant, anything. You shouldn't be. The security guards, the concierges, the police should have removed you with and without the courts long ago. And all your accomplices, on and off, emails, mail, phones, text messages, voicemails, virtuals, social media, networking, all that internet stuff. You're not wanted. But then you don't understand because you're obviously mentally ill and a stalker. Not all stalkers are mentally ill, although instead of me, because I don't reach out to you, I just blather on because I know I've seen you. And I've recorded you and I showed and told the police all the crank calls you've done, all the harassments and everything. Tried to show and told my mom that that you're not guilty, and I lied. There's police, there's security, there's all other people witnessed. And eventually, soon, hopefully the truth, eventually, other people showed and told, and it's reported online, social media, virtual, networking, Google News, media. Because all you mentally ill other people believed is a delusion that I help my mom, I take care, I'm one of her primary caregivers, that you want to take that power away from me and my mom and my fur babies. Ridiculous you are. You're absolutely ridiculous. If you were to die tomorrow, no, all you stalkers could go away. Nobody will care. Just look forward to seeing you in the news media or somewhere getting arrested and getting put in jail. with and or without mental health care to get well, better, which is most unlikely considering how old you all are and you've been doing it for more than a year. My mom and I have owned estates for more than 30 years. We've lived together. I came and went. My mom could trusted me. We all knew it wasn't me that was doing anything to hurt her and pets for babies. We lived elsewhere. It wasn't us. It was always you, Norman, and or some other stalker. And there's a Norman at the center where I was a member. Not that Norman. It's the actual Norman Thompson I'm talking about. There's photos of him on my community post pages, social media, photos of. And every time he finds out about it and he gets internet trolling and stalking, that's who he is. Stalker, harassments, and bullying. Predatory, resentful, hater, jealous, envious, violent, discriminations, prejudices, racism, bigotry, prejudges, internet trolling, stalking, 3 and more others, Bellis, names, named all, Bellises. Why don't you do some screenshots and give them to those other people and have those alleged lawyers harass us all the more by mail, because that's all you're good at. Other Thompsons too. Not all necessarily, although more than one. I constantly fear my mom's safety, myself, pets, fur babies, all animals, pets, fur babies, all animals, all pets, all fur babies, all safety. When I lock up, when I come in here, that's it. That's the way it is. Nobody answers the doors unless an emergency. I like example March 18 this year when I fainted. When I fainted, I ended up in hospital with injuries. And I blamed the doctor in the ER hospital emergency 2021 when I had my accident outside. At the time, I was taking migraine medication, migraine prescribed prescription medicines, and I was exercising, and I tripped and fell, tripped on the curb, and I hit the cement. The doctor was like, "Oh, it's just bruising." Yeah. And my knees can only take so much, not very much longer. And I'm not wanting any knee replacements whatsoever because of beauty. I know I'm vain. I don't care. It's just like my hands and everything this way has to look not surgically altered, whether I've been surgically altered, whatever, because when I was younger, I worked and I was a student, and later, since I did more hobbies, worked, hobbies, been published, other companies published me. I will always look remotely attractive. When I was younger and I used to answer phones when I worked and stuff, I just wanted to look, attractive. I don't. The only thing that's happening is aging, and I do stuff to avoid. And I'm on my diets once more. I mean, I don't even eat, although I'm hungry, I'm not eating popcorn or anything. I might have some rice cake. I'm going to have my ice cream. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a spoon. I'm going to eat that. Anybody local, residential, I'll say my front door, anything, hissy fitting because I am doing some social media. You're internet trolling. You're stalking. You're a stalker. You're stalkers. And should fuck off and go away. Leave us alone. I'm not internet trolling. My mom is not internet trolling. all animals, and all pets, fur babies, not internet trolling. My and pets, fur babies, Bellis's fairies gardens are not internet trolling. We're not doing anything like that whatsoever. Anybody took, anybody photographed and or videotaped and or filmed and or recorded outside my front door, that's not allowed too. I mean, unless you're a delivery person, unless it's a delivery person, then that's allowed because that's evidence that you left it there and where. Because when I go out to bring it in, when we bring that delivery in that we delivered, it has to be exactly where the delivery person put it. Can't be moved unless it's the cleaner and vacuuming, cleaning outside in the hallway. Other than that, and I need evidence to prove that person was there. Can't be another resident, can't be a security guard, can't be a guest, can't be anybody touches that whatsoever. Well, it could be the alleged concierge security guard, I suppose, because they could take it downstairs and phone call me to tell me to come pick it up, I suppose, although not very. It has to stay there, and it has to be safe. And any damages, security cameras, the security guards, condominium corporation has to show me because we have to find out who did it and they have to be held responsible. Condominium corporation, police, judiciary. Mm-hmm. It's like grocery shopping, you know. They're not allowed to open it and look in it or do anything. They're not even allowed to move it around. Especially during all that COVID-19 SARS, pandemic, epidemic, whatever it was, an influenza type A virus. You don't like it? Why don't you tell me to shut up to my face instead of yelling at me from another apartment? I hope my next fur baby, alleged newbie fur baby, has less interactions with all those other people's stalkers. Very. All I want is one of the best ever veterinarians, veterinarian's assistant, the best ever, most excellent health cares, most definitely pedicures and or manicures, and most definitely pedicures. Oh, it's nice and quiet now. I'm not online breaking the law of any and all condominiums. It's allowed to do this. I know because I've been in the public and I know other people did virtually, etc. Examples: Mississauga Senior Citizen Center, 138 Cawthra Road, and Square One Shopping Center, and Square One Older Adult Center, and Central Parkway Mall, and Active Adult Center at Mississauga, and Roberts Beck Parkway, Burnthorpe Road East and West, and Highway 10 and Huron Ontario Street. And City Center Drive. Did I not mention that? I did now. All witnessed. And everyone should, can, could, may, must, need, showed and told, and show and tell. All that. And all evidence that goes along with all that. I mean, some other people don't realize. All they have to do, as I was showed and told by police, etc., reset the privacy settings. You don't want to see a comment from me? Just reset your privacy settings. Turn off your comments areas. Block me. For all I care. I don't, because I'm not interested. I mean, I can press play as long as it's public and published. Mom, do you see the lightning outside? I can see some lights flashing outside. No, do you? Oh, hi. Hello. Yo, have a good day. I got to go. Oh, thank you. You too. You have a voicemail message? You have a message? You have a message? I don't know. If anybody else allowed Norman Thompson, Janice Payton, Mary Pat Madden, Margaret Salah, Bill Beckett, and all those other stalkers, including other residents in here, at any time, be it to take photographs, make videos, anything, that's all bad, all purposefully, all wrong, all not legal, all not lawful, all not sane, all not competent, all not employable, their employers. I'm trying to document it as anything else. I mean, all their phones, all their phone records, correspond, all that should, can, could, may, must, and need, is, was, are, were, be, got, get, used as evidences as I expressed earlier. And all on securities cameras, on all images, all live, all real time, and all recorded. All that evidence compiled and enforced. And all historical, that is, all historical and geographical evidence too, including pay stubs and paychecks, etc., work histories, historical and geographical evidences, proofs, all that geographical and historical evidence. I mean, I didn't phone him. All the times one and more of those stalkers phoned me and my mom. I mean, does my mom not answer her phone again this weekend? What's he gonna do next? That Norman Thompson and or any Maud and or anybody in Thompson and or Bellis, other people, what are they gonna do about it? I mean, we don't have to talk to them. We don't even have to know them anymore. They keep stalking us. They bully and harass. And they're violent. They're vile. Violences. We don't have to call them back. We don't have to reply to them whatsoever. And because we didn't reply to them, doesn't mean they come into our neighborhoods. They're just stalkers. That's all they are, stalkers. They don't know not to come. Hello, how are you? Shower again. Oh, wow. I had a shower this week. Well, it's better and greater than not any. It's better than the crotch wipe I got from alleged nurse when I was in the hospital earlier this year, physically ill. I mean, all I wanted to do was get some toilet paper and do it myself. I am so looking forward to all my parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and my billings and receipts returning to normal, all historical, all geographical, all financial, paid, etc. New appliances, new furniture, etc. The most recent phone call that I know of, Norman Thompson, that stalker, celebrity stalker I mentioned earlier, I videotaped it and I put it out there. I published it because of what he said. Like I said, everything he did, historical and geographical and financial. And as. And is he aware of those videos? That's not welcome, Matt. That's not him welcome. That isn't him to come. I mean, he doesn't understand. And does he understand? He ignored it all because he's a stalker. And we're celebrities. Bellises. Stalkers? No. Him? Yes. I don't do that. Myself and all animals and all pets are fur babies, including my and pets, fur babies, Bellises, fairy gardens. We don't do that. He did. Other people did. Yes. Not us. Not us. Not ever. This year, too. All phone calls, etc. He phoned her. My dad were alive, were my dad alive, my father, he wouldn't have put up with it. He would have had something to show and tell about it all. And did he show up in our home? He would have. We would have phoned the police a lot sooner. We had neighbors that gave a care about us. Other locals. I miss those other people somewhat. Sad, very. I can't ever go back because he and all the other stalkers know about all those places already. So that's historical, and that's geographical, that's financial. That's all done. Moving forward, eh? Any more comments in the chat area? True. Shall I shave or not? Depends where. Sweet woman. Thank you. And all those stalkers I mentioned earlier, they're probably trying to compile evidence and proof that they knew us before 1984, during 1984, and later since. And they didn't, and they do not. Instead. All witnessed. Good. Good. Shall I use my finger? Good. little goes a long way, eh? Mm. Two. I don't want to walk right now. I'll get myself a spoon. Mm. Wow. My left knee is sore. Painful. Comfortable right now. I don't want to move it. March 18 and 19 this year. Mentioned earlier. Ah, that's good. Lacto vegetarian, I suppose. I'm not eating any meat today. I'm not having any fish whatsoever. Absolutely. The meat we're having this Easter 2025. I'm saving until Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. Then I'm cooking it. And then, yeah, it's enough for 2 days. So I'm looking forward to it. Brussels sprouts, squash. All that's remaining is like some mashed potatoes or scalloped potatoes. That's fait accompli. And our baked potatoes. Baked potatoes. That's what I want to have. I was gonna have one tonight, but then I've had potatoes lots this weekend, so I decided, you know what? It's Good Friday. I'm gonna treat myself and have a nice dinner instead of just a baked potato, which is just like, you know. I said to my mom, let's have some asparagus. Tomorrow I want the remainder asparagus. That'll be good. If she wants to, she can have all the tips, and I can have the remaining asparagus cooked. And I don't know, maybe I'll have it. I don't eat it. If we don't eat it tomorrow, we can always eat it on Easter Sunday and incorporate it into the dinners. And my mom, you won't be able to see what my mommy's eating on her plate and or whatever container she'll be eating from, dish, because I'm going to give her privacy. It's going to just be about me and all animals, all pets, all animals, and all pets, all fur babies. Lots of privacy this year. I'm actually getting ready to do my kitchen more. Get the kitchen table all ready. I'm always late doing something at home. There's always a reason, not an excuse. I did lots today. I'm tired. I'm debating whether or not to have a prescribed prescription pain reliever. I mean, it's comfortable now. It is painful, although it's not as painful as it was before. Now, today. Especially, it's not as painful as it was when it happened. When and since, oh, that floor, painful. I mean, I could make a soup. Give me a recipe, a stock. Then I'd have to cut up all the veg. Oh, the poll didn't show up. I'm having technical difficulties. Eh. Oh well. At least I tried. Oh, weird. Oh, you're back. Ah, there you are. Ah, yeah. And I'm not going to wait all night for any yeses and nos. It's just the one. Oh, I got a yes. Thank you. Do I have a fur baby? Another one. Yes or no? Yours truly, Avril Bellis, everywhere. Yes. Thank you for voting. Awesome. Thank you for your vote. I'm actually not going to get my camera because I know it's there forever, the vote. Forever and ever. Thank you. Ooh, that ice cream filled me up. I'm full. I want to have a coffee at decaf. Can you wash my back? Ha ha ha. Thank you. Have a nice day. Be kind to all, everyone, everywhere. Happy Easter. Good Friday. Bye.